What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight, and today we have some Yu-Gi-Oh news for you guys, or really it's more of a discussion I guess, because I'm a little bit late with the news part of this, but I still want to talk about them because they were revealed late last night, and yeah, I mean, there's these really cool cards that are going to be in Cybernetic Horizon. It's a brand new series called the Palladion, and basically they're like the next part of the lore and the story that's going on in Yugioh, where, you know how we already had like the World Chalice. And then, of course, after that was like Crawlers, which are kind of like the bad guys. Then Knights. Well, this is the next part of the story, the next part of the series, really. And they're actually really good. I mean, I just reading through these, I feel like these cards are going to be really awesome. Because something that they do, is like their strategy, is that the effect monsters are able to be special summoned where a link monster points to. So that's an ability they all share. So I'm just going to read that off here in a second. And each one has their own ability too, just for them. That goes along with that. So that is something they all share, so I'm not going to read that off, 5 times or whatever because of all these effect monsters. And then also their link monsters are kind of made to be like, true boss monsters in a way, because monsters that are linked to them cannot attack. They also gain attack from all the monsters that are linked to them. And also, too, the effect monsters kind of support them, help them do, different things, whether it be help getting rid of things on the field, maybe like doubling the damage that they do, and different things like that. So that's what I think is really cool about this series, is that basically they all work together, a way to swarm the field and link summon like crazy, and that's something you're going to notice. So let me go on ahead, scroll back up here, and talk about our effect monsters first, because, again, this is the effect they all share, so I'm going to read that off real quick, so I don't read it off, like I said, 5 more times. So anyway, this effect is, you can only special summon one card with this card's name with the way it is written in the one effect. You can only use this card's names to effect once per turn. You can special summon this card from your hand to a zone a link monster points to in defense position. So yeah, that's the effect all the effect monsters share, where basically, of course, only one of them can be special summoned to a spot where a link monster points to. So you can't, bring out the same one over and over. And also they are put to defense mode, and also with that too, they all have, like I said, their own effect that helps out too on the field, whether it be like double the damage and destroying a monster in the field, like I said, basically that kind of stuff. So they're making it so you can't like absolutely spam the field with the same one over and over, but if you have a bunch of the effect monsters and a link monster inside the field, you're going to be able to special summon a lot of monsters. Of course, though, they will be in defense, and also with the link monsters effects, they can't attack, but they will power up the link monster. So, again, I like that strategy. But let's go on ahead and go through the effects that they have by themselves, the one that they don't share. So the first one we have is this one right here, by the way, and that is Palladion of Fiendish Illusion. It is a level 3 fire spellcaster effect monster with 400 attack and 2000 defense. Anyway, its effect that it does not share with the others is that if this card is normal or special summoned to a zone a link monster points to, you can target one Palladion card you control and one card your opponent controls, destroy them. So yeah, this is kind of a simple destruction effect. You place it where, one of the link monsters points to, and there you go. It's the most defensive too, I believe, out of all of them, because it has 2,000 defense. I don't remember the stats of all the other ones, so we'll see if I'm right on that. But anyway, with that defense, being able to be brought out in defense position like that too, and having that destruction effect, I mean, pretty good. It's kind of a straightforward effect, but I can see that coming in handy for you. You get rid of one of your Palladion cards, and get rid of a card your opponent controls. So that will definitely help you out if there's a problem. If there's a card that they have on their side field you need to get rid of. After that, we have Palladion of the Vast Sky, which I believe is supposed to be like Avram or Aram. Like after you got the Knight powers, I guess now he's, part of this series of cards. So, yeah, I mean, he looks really cool, by the way. Anyway, level 4 light psychic effect monster, 1,600 attack, 1,000 defense. The effect that he doesn't share with the others is that you can target one Palladion link monster you control. Only that monster can attack for the rest of this turn. Also, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent from battling a monster is doubled. So, again, it's one of those that can help power up or, help out one of your link monsters. And with this one, it definitely does, because, like I've already said, the link monsters are able to gain attack, and then you're able to then double that damage. So think about that. If you're really powering up a link monster, really any of them that we're going to talk about here in a little bit, yeah, doubling that damage as well, I could see some kind of OTK potential with that too. So, great effect on that one, and I like how he's able to do that too and help out the link monster quite a bit. So, yeah, I can already see some kind of OTK happening with that. Then, of course, Next one is Palladion of the Sacred Tree. This one is a level 3 Water Warrior Tuner monster, by the way, so that's interesting. We don't have like a Synchro, I don't believe yet. It's not on, you know, these cards have been revealed, so maybe they'll get a Synchro monster in the future, I don't know. But anyway, of course, 800 attack, 1,800 defense. Again, the effect that it has, you know, different from the others is that if a Palladion monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard or your side of the field instead. So basically, it's a card that can protect your other Palladion monsters. It's one that can obviously help you protect your Link monsters, because again, you're powering them up and having them on your side of the field. They're, like I said, real boss monsters for you. And there you go. I mean, it just helps you protect them, and it's just that simple, really. So there's not much else to say. Again, though, man, I just love the artworks on these, too. And we do have 2 more effect monsters, by the way. Those are these 2. I believe this is like supposed to be the new form of Imduk. You know, he's like grown up and like has his armor now, too. And anyway, his name, I guess now, is Palladion of the Celestial Bodies. Of course, is a level 4 Wind Dragon effect monster with 600 attack, and this one also has 2,000 defense. Very nice. Again, they still have the same first effect, but the one that it has that's different is that if this card is normal or a special summon to a zone a Link monster points to, you can target one Palladion card in your graveyard, except a Palladion of Celestial Bodies, add it to your hand. So this one's able to recycle your monsters. There you go. You know, when you normal or special summon it, you're able to get one of them. Of course, it has to be in where a Link monster points to, but you're able to get one of your Palladion cards in your graveyard and then just add it to your hand, besides itself. So, not bad. Able to get back some of your other cards. And then the last one of the effect monsters is Palladion of the 100 Beasts. This card looks so freaking cool too. Anyway, level 3 Earth Beast effect monster with 1,200 attack and 1,600 defense. Anyway, its effect that it has that's separate is that you can target one Palladion Link monster you control during this turn if it attacks a defense position monster and inflict piercing battle damage. Yikes. I could see that. If you're using that together with, of course, this one right here, what's his new name, Vast Sky, then you're going to do some serious damage to your opponent. Again, that could be like some kind of OTK strategy right there, because piercing battle damage, if you don't know, it means that if a monster is in defense position, your opponent still takes damage from that. So it's like if it was an attack, you know? So being in defense mode doesn't protect you from something like that. So if you have a monster, one of the Link monsters, you're able to power it up with a lot of attack, then you have that monster linked to it, then you're getting that piercing damage, then also you get Vast Sky, you're doing double that damage. I can already see some kind of OTK going on with that too, so very nice. You get both those together, I mean, that's a combo for you right there that can do some serious damage to your opponent. And then, of course, after that, we have actually 3 Link monsters to talk about for this series as well. And we already heard about this one the other day, but I'm going to read about it because I didn't make a video on it anyway, because I was hoping, you know, this day would come where we have like a bunch of info to talk about the full series. Anyway, here's the first one right here. It is, hopefully I'm going to say his name right, Magius Palladion, I think. It is a Link 1 Light spellcaster Link monster with, of course, 100 attack, and the Link arrow is at the bottom, as you guys can see there. Anyway, its materials are 1 Palladion monster, except Magius Palladion, so it can't use itself to bring itself out. Of course, too, like I said before, they also share basically the same effects on some things, the first 2 effects. And that is that this card gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster it points to, and then also the monster this card points to cannot attack. So yeah, those effects are shared with all of them. So again, I'm not going to read that every time, like, you know, like I said with the effect monsters. So all the Link monsters do that. But anyway, I'll read off what's left of it. You can only use this card's name's 3 effect once per turn. And that 3 effect is, if an effect monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, you can add 1 Palladion monster from your deck to your hand. So yeah, basically this card is a searcher. You bring out one of your Palladion effect monsters, you're able to then just special summon it to, you know, behind it, so then you get to link them together, and you get a search from that. You get to add a Palladion monster from your deck to your hand. So that can give you access to any of the others and help you get whatever effect you want to get from that. So yeah, I mean, it's a good setup card to help you out, and of course it's a Link 1 monster, so that's kind of what we expect from that too. Then, of course, after that, this one is, of course, like I said, the one that was revealed, I think it was the day before all this other was revealed, and that is Archlord Palladion, and it is the Link 3 Light Cyverse Link monster with 2,000 attack. The Link arrows are at the top. the bottom left, and of course the bottom right. I feel like it's just easier to show you guys the card whenever I'm naming off that kind of stuff. Again, shares that same effect on that. The materials, though, have to be 2 or more effect monsters, including a link monster as part of that. And then the third effect that it has that is separate is that once per turn, quick effect, you can tribute 1 Palladion or World Legacy monster you control that this card points to, then target 1 face-up card your opponent controls until the end of this turn. That card's effects are negated. So with this one, you're able to just negate some effects. Again, kind of the usual on that one. It kind of reminds me of the other card, where you get rid of one of your monsters and then, you get rid of your opponent's kind of thing. It's just this time you're kind of getting like a skill drain sort of thing where you're actually negating effects. So pretty good on that one. I like how this one also incorporates World Legacy because, of course, I believe the crown that's in this one and all that too is supposed to help out this series of cards as well. So, of course, you can use World Legacies with this too, just like with the others. They would always name off different things, and I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of their main boss monster right now that we know of. And if you're powering him up with already at 2,000 attack, and also with that sort of effect where you can negate some different effects too, that's going to come in handy for you. I mean, obviously, that's going to definitely help you out. And the last one we have for the Link monsters is Regulus Palladion, which is that supposed to be like Regulus? Like, remember him? What was he in Ancient Prophecy? That's what he reminds me of. He's a lion as well. I kind of wonder if he kind of fits in with the story. I assume it's the other lion, but still, that'd be interesting. Anyway, of course, Link 2 Light Beast Link monster, 1,000 attack. The links are at the, of course, top and bottom. Again, it's just easier to show the image on that. Of course, the materials have to be 2 effect monsters, including a Palladion monster. Anyway, the effect that it has that's separate is that you can only use this card's name's 3 effect once per turn, and that effect is if a effect monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, you can add 1 Palladion spell trap card from your deck to your hand. Again, it's a searcher, just this time it's for spells and traps. Also, too, if a effect monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, well, it does point at your opponent as well. Or if you do, if you have it like as your first Link monster or something. So I guess your opponent would have to be kind of wary of where they actually summon a monster this card could point to. So you can kind of use that as well. But either way, yeah, I mean, it just helps you search for things. I wish the Link arrows, though, were a little bit different. Like maybe if they were on the left and the right, that way you would summon it afterwards. Like, then you could have this one, as your main one, then after that you link that or something, or even, if you could link it together with this card, and then it had link arrows on both sides. I feel like that would help it out. I just don't really like the placement of the link arrows on that card. I feel like it would be a lot better if they were, like, left and right, or literally pretty much anywhere else, besides, of course, the top areas on that. But, yeah, again, you have a searcher for spells and traps this time, so pretty cool. And then, last but not least, we actually have 2 spell cards and a trap card to talk about as well for these. A field spell, a continuous trap, and then a quick play spell. So let's go ahead and talk about these two. Anyway, first off we have Reunite Palladion, which is of course the field spell. Again, love the artworks for these cards. Palladion Link monsters gain 500 attack. Once per turn, you can target 1 Palladion monster you control. It can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Also, no other monster you control can attack this turn. So yeah, you're basically turning, I guess, your Palladion monster into like an ultimate Tyranno, is what it reminds me of, right? Where basically you're able to attack all your opponent's monsters, again, once each. But from that too, you're gaining an attack boost, and if you have the right monsters linked to that monster, you're gaining a lot of different things. Like I said, with, what was it, Vast Sky or whatever? Yeah, you're doing double damage. You can also get the piercing damage from the lion. And if you have that all set up correctly, it doesn't matter if your opponent has all, defense position monsters, whatever, you're going to do some serious damage, and, again, more potential to actually OTK your opponent. So, pretty good field spell. I mean, it's a simple field spell, but still pretty good for them, too. And then, of course, for the trap card, the continuous trap, it is Crusade Palladion, and its effect is, you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. When activated, you can tribute 1 Palladion monster or World Legacy monster, special summon 1 Palladion monster or World Legacy monster with a different original name from your deck or graveyard. If you control a Palladion Link monster, your opponent cannot target monsters for attacks except Link monsters. So with this card, you're basically, again, having a way to go for whatever monster you want. It's kind of like a way to search for it because you tribute 1 if you're a Palladion, or even, of course, World Legacy, and then you get a different one. It has to be a different name and all that, whether it's from the deck or graveyard. So, giving you a searching effect, pretty good. The part I like about it, though, is that it makes it so that if you have one of your Palladion Link monsters, your opponent has to go after the Link monster. It can't go after the other monsters. So with that, you don't have to worry about your effect monsters getting destroyed, and that way, too, they can just keep powering up your Link monster. And it's going to be a problem to deal with, too, because if you powered up that Link monster quite a bit, which really shouldn't be a problem, there you go. I mean, it's all set for you, and yeah, I mean, just having that effect too to protect your effect monsters and make it so they have to deal with your Link monster, that's pretty awesome. I was hoping they'd have something like that, seeing as, you know, they kind of have to depend on the effect monsters to power them up. And then the last card we have is, of course, the Quick Play spell card. I'm going to try to say it right. What is it? Evade Palladion, I think? I don't know. Hopefully close enough. You guys can say it. Anyway, let's see. Its effect is you can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. Target one face-up Palladion monster you control. This turn, that Palladion monster is unaffected by card effects except its own. So as you guys can see with this card, what it's doing is just making it so that one of your Palladion monsters you control are just unaffected by other card effects, except for its own effects. But yeah, it could be your opponent's effects or even your own on that too. So pretty straightforward, and I can see that coming in handy for you too. If your opponent has an effect you don't want to deal with, that can help you out with that. That could be messing with one of your Link monsters or something. There you go. And like I said, I guess it would also go against your own as well, except for the monster's own effects, obviously. So pretty interesting effect on that one, and I can see that coming in handy for you as well. And yep, there you go. That is all the cards that have been revealed so far for this series. So let me know what you guys think about these cards. Do you like them? Do you not like them so much? For me, I really like the idea behind their strategy. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to use, and as I believe other people have already said, it does look like, you know, type of cards, like a type of engine that you could use with some other decks too. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting, and I definitely want to build them, just because I like the idea of like having a Link monster as your actual boss monster, and you're powering him up. And it seems like a really cool idea, so I'm glad to see, you know, a different kind of strategy with these cards, and they look like a lot of fun. I'll be honest. I'm just hoping, though, they're not like all going to be secret rares or something, or they're printed for us in English, right? I mean, I feel like he's definitely going to be a secret rare, but I really hope they're not going to make these too pricey, because I definitely want to build them. Artwork's amazing. The effects, I think, are going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to test these out actually right after this video. Hopefully, they're already on like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or something, because I want to test them out. So let me know what you guys think. Of course, like I said, all the info will be in the description. You guys want to check them out for yourself. If you have any ideas on combos and stuff too, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what ideas you guys have, maybe even some other strategies, like what you want to use these with or something. And also be sure to hit that like button. Helps out a ton. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! News, discussions, openings, and other things too, as well as hit that bell icon as well so you're actually notified when I upload a new video. Again, thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome, and of course I will catch you guys later. See ya.